Night, the energy is electric in the heart of the city as Power Outage Wrestling brings you a main event that fans have been buzzing about all week. The undefeated British Dragon is set to face off against the ever-controversial insider Hunter Levesque. The stakes are sky-high, and the crowd is on their feet, ready for a clash that promises to shake the very foundations of this urban wrestling federation. As the lights dim and the music hits, anticipation builds for a showdown that will define the night and possibly the future of POW. British Dragon makes his entrance, his face set in a mask of pure focus and determination. The crowd roars as he strides down the ramp, his undefeated record looming large over the arena. Every step he takes is measured, his eyes locked on the ring, ignoring the noise and distractions. The urban lights flicker above, casting dramatic shadows as he climbs into the squared circle. Tonight, he's not just defending his streak, he's defending the pride of POW and everything it stands for. The tension is palpable as he awaits his challenger. Suddenly, the mood shifts as the insider Hunter Levesque bursts onto the scene. Unlike Dragon, Hunter is all swagger and attitude, slapping hands with the crowd, especially those sporting the signature Wolfpack gesture. He's here to make a statement, and he grabs the microphone with a smirk. Hunter boasts about his plans to marry the general manager Tam Tran's daughter and take over POW, stirring up the audience with his bold claims. The crowd is divided, some boo, some cheer, but everyone is glued to the action as the tension between the two competitors reaches a boiling point. Before Hunter can finish his tirade, the British Dragon explodes into action. He catches Hunter off guard, snapping him into a seated position in the center of the ring. The crowd erupts as Dragon sprints to the ropes, rebounds, and delivers a punishing penalty kick straight to Hunter's chest, knocking him flat. Without missing a beat, Dragon runs the ropes again and lands a rolling thunder, showcasing his agility and intensity. The fans are on their feet, witnessing a masterclass in wrestling offense as Dragon takes early control. Hunter reeling, Dragon stands tall, but Hunter tries to recover, getting up behind him. Dragon senses the danger and in a flash executes a Rob Van Dam-style 180-degree spinning leg drop. The impact is thunderous and Dragon quickly goes for the cover. The referee slides in for the count, but Hunter shows his resilience, kicking out just in time. The crowd gasps, realizing that this match is far from over. Both men are pushing their limits, and the action is only getting hotter. Desperate, Hunter rolls out onto the apron, frantically signaling for a timeout, but Dragon isn't about to let him escape. In a jaw-dropping display of athleticism, Dragon leaps over the top rope, soaring over Hunter, and catches him with a massive sunset flip powerbomb to the cold ringside floor. The crowd is stunned by the sheer risk and precision of the move. Both men are down, but Dragon is the first to recover, determined to finish what he started. The audience can't believe what they've just witnessed. Dragon rolls Hunter back into the ring, climbs onto the apron, and with the crowd holding their breath, springboards off the ropes. He spins through the air, completing a smooth 720-degree motion before planting Hunter with a devastating spinning DDT. The crowd explodes as Dragon taunts Hunter, asking if that was sweet while giving him a few playful slaps. Hunter looks dazed, barely able to respond, and the match seems to be slipping further out of his grasp. Sensing victory, Dragon hoists Hunter up and spikes him on his head with a brutal reverse hurricanrana. The crowd winces at the impact, realizing Hunter might be seriously hurt. Dragon wastes no time climbing the ropes with the crowd chanting his name. He launches himself off the top, executing a flawless moonsault leg drop that lands perfectly across Hunter's chest. The referee slides in and Dragon hooks the leg for the pin. The count is academic, 1, 2, 3. Bell rings and the arena erupts in celebration. Streamers fly through the air as the British Dragon's undefeated streak continues. The crowd showers him with cheers, recognizing not just his victory but the incredible athleticism and heart he displayed tonight. Hunter Levesque is left stunned and defeated, his bold words silenced by Dragon's dominance. As Dragon stands tall in the ring, the future of POW looks brighter than ever, and fans leave knowing they witnessed something truly special. Night, the gritty world of Power Outage Wrestling, or POW, is alive with anticipation. The crowd buzzes as the maths whiz Matthew Mathers, accompanied by his sharp-witted sister Stacy, prepares to face off against the determined Aaron Collins. Aaron isn't alone either. His ever-vocal mother, Mama Collins, is by his side, ready to make her presence felt. The tension in the arena is palpable, with both families glaring across the ring, each determined to prove their dominance in this urban wrestling showdown. As the bell rings, Matthew Mathers quickly takes control, showcasing his technical prowess. He maneuvers Aaron Collins into a series of impressive holds, demonstrating why he's earned the nickname the Maths Whiz. Each move is calculated, precise, and leaves the audience in awe. Aaron struggles to keep up, but Matthew's skill is undeniable. The crowd cheers as Matthew's wrestling IQ shines, setting the stage for a match filled with both brains and brawn. Just as Matthew locks Aaron into a tight submission hold, Mama Collins leaps into action. She starts shouting at the referee, accusing Matthew of being too rough on her son. Her loud protests echo through the arena, causing a momentary distraction. The referee hesitates, unsure whether to intervene, while the audience is split between laughter and disbelief at Mama Collins' dramatic antics. This interference gives Aaron a brief respite, but Matthew remains focused. Despite the chaos, Matthew regains control and sets up his signature move, the crippler crossface, aptly named the Long Division. The crowd erupts as Aaron is trapped in the painful hold, his face contorted in agony. It looks like victory is within Matthew's grasp, but just as Aaron appears on the verge of tapping out, the unexpected happens, changing the course of the match in an instant. Suddenly, Mama Collins storms the ring, swinging her handbag at Matthew with surprising ferocity. The referee is powerless to stop her as she repeatedly strikes Matthew, breaking the hold. Stacy Mathers, not one to stand by, rushes in to defend her brother. The ring descends into chaos as Mama Collins and Aaron turn their attention to Stacy, double-teaming her in a shocking display of family loyalty gone too far. The referee still distracted, Mama Collins instructs Aaron to lift Stacy up for a devastating piledriver. The crowd gasps, sensing real danger for Stacy. The Collins family seems unstoppable, their teamwork turning the match into a family feud. Just as Aaron prepares to execute the move, the tension in the arena reaches its peak and all eyes are on the ring, waiting for what will happen next. Out of nowhere, Romeo O'Neal storms into the ring. With a burst of energy, he tackles Aaron, sending him sprawling, and then turns his attention to Mama Collins, forcing her to retreat. The crowd goes wild as Romeo clears the ring of the Collinses, saving Stacy from certain harm. His heroic actions shift the momentum, and for a moment the chaos gives way to relief and excitement. The ring cleared, Romeo grabs the microphone. He confesses his love for Stacy in front of the entire crowd, declaring that he doesn't just want a fleeting romance. To prove his sincerity, Romeo announces he will get baptized in the ring tonight. The audience is stunned by this unexpected twist, and even Stacy is left speechless. Matthew, ever the protective brother, warns Stacy not to trust Romeo, but Romeo insists he's changed for the better. As the dust settles, Romeo, Stacy, and Matthew walk backstage together, leaving the crowd buzzing with questions. Has Romeo truly changed? Will Stacy trust him? And what's next for the Mathers and Collins families? One thing is certain, tonight's events have forever changed the landscape of POW wrestling, setting the stage for new alliances, rivalries, and unforgettable drama in the gritty world of urban wrestling.
Welcome to Power Outage Wrestling. Tonight's main event features Queen Quentin taking on the chiropractor in this gritty urban underground fight club. Before the match begins, the chiropractor grabs the microphone and declares he's going to give Quentin a spinal realignment and make his backbone pop more than a sheet of bubble wrap. The bell rings and the match is underway. The chiropractor immediately takes control, delivering a devastating atomic drop to Queen Quentin, and surprisingly, Quentin seems to enjoy it. The chiropractor follows up by hoisting Quentin into a punishing torture rack submission hold, but instead of crying out, Quentin squeals with glee, "What is happening here?" The chiropractor attempts his signature tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, but Queen Quentin counters with a head scissors takedown. The momentum has shifted. Quentin capitalizes with a picture-perfect hurricanrana, sending the chiropractor crashing to the mat. And now Quentin climbs to the top rope. He hits his patented Bronco Buster for the victory. Queen Quentin wins in spectacular fashion here at POW.
Scene opens backstage at POW, Power Outage Wrestling, where Romeo O'Neal is holding court with Queer Quentin and Lloyd Eubanks. Romeo, full of swagger, boasts about his big plans for the night. He claims that after his live baptism in the center of the ring, the Christian girl Stacy Mathers will finally let him take her virginity. The boys burst into laughter, sharing in the outrageousness of Romeo's confidence. The camaraderie is thick and the energy is high as they joke around, completely unaware that their conversation is about to have serious consequences. The scene sets the tone for a night of drama and unexpected twists. As Romeo heads toward the curtain, the camera lingers backstage. Suddenly it pans to reveal the maths whiz Matthew Mathers, Stacy's brother, who has been eavesdropping on the entire conversation. His face is a mask of anger and disbelief as he processes what he's just heard. The tension in the air is palpable and viewers immediately sense that trouble is brewing. Matthew's protective instincts kick in, and it's clear he's not going to let Romeo's plans go unchallenged. This moment builds suspense and foreshadows the chaos that's about to unfold in the ring. Inside the ring, the scene is set for a spectacle. Stacy Mathers stands beside a real bathtub which has been placed in the center of the ring. The church pastor is present, ready to perform the baptism and cleanse Romeo O'Neal of his sins. The crowd's reaction is less than holy. They boo loudly, making their feelings about the ceremony clear. The juxtaposition of religious ritual and wrestling theatrics creates a surreal, almost comedic atmosphere. The anticipation builds as everyone waits for Romeo to make his entrance and for the drama to escalate. Romeo O'Neal struts down the ramp, soaking in the boos and jeers from the audience. He steps into the ring where Stacy and the pastor await. The pastor begins the baptism ceremony, reciting prayers and preparing to dunk Romeo in the tub. The crowd continues to boo, adding to the tension and spectacle. Romeo plays up to the crowd, acting cocky and unrepentant even as the ritual unfolds. The scene is a perfect blend of wrestling showmanship and over-the-top drama, setting the stage for the chaos that's about to erupt. Just as the ceremony is underway, Matthew Mathers storms into the ring. He interrupts the proceedings, grabbing Stacy's attention and urgently telling her what he overheard backstage. He pleads with her not to trust Romeo or go through with any plans she might have with him. The crowd's boos turn to gasps as the family drama unfolds in real time. Romeo tries to defend himself, but Matthew is having none of it. The tension between the siblings and Romeo is electric, and the audience is on the edge of their seats. Tempers flare as Romeo protests his innocence, but Matthew snaps and punches him. The fight quickly escalates, with Matthew trying to drown Romeo in the bathtub right in front of the stunned crowd. Stacy, overwhelmed by the chaos, runs backstage for help. The scene is wild and unpredictable, with the audience roaring as the action spills out of control. The violence and emotion are raw, making this a standout moment in the night's event. Weir Quentin and Lloyd Eubanks rush to the ring, jumping in to defend their friend Romeo. They start beating on Matthew, turning the scene into a chaotic brawl. Suddenly, in a shocking twist, Romeo switches sides and starts helping Matthew fight off Quentin and Eubanks. The crowd erupts in cheers at this unexpected alliance. The action is fast and furious, with bodies flying and alliances shifting in real time. This is wrestling drama at its finest, keeping everyone guessing about what will happen next. The fight settling down, Matthew hands Romeo a Jesus chain, symbolizing his acceptance and newfound alliance. Romeo puts it on, signaling a dramatic shift in his character. Quentin, confused and a bit sarcastic, quips, "What is this?" Romeo O'Neill turned. "Altar boy," Romeo responds with a confident retort. "Well, you guys can't follow a leader all your lives." The crowd is loving the drama and the unexpected character development. The scene marks a turning point for Romeo and sets up the final, unforgettable moment. Suddenly, the lights dim and sexy music fills the arena. Stacey Mathers makes a jaw-dropping entrance, dressed in a black shiny PVC one-piece with open-toe high heels, confidently smoking a cigarette. The crowd is stunned as she struts to the ring, oozing attitude and charisma. Romeo, caught off guard, grabs the mic and shouts, "SDCY." She takes the mic from him, stubs out her cigarette on the mat, and delivers the iconic line, "Tell me about it, stud." The two share a passionate kiss as the crowd goes wild, then walk backstage hand in hand, leaving everyone buzzing about the night's unforgettable drama. Welcome to the heart of the city, where the lights are harsh, the crowd is rowdy, and the action is always intense. Tonight, Power Outage Wrestling POW brings you a main event that's got the whole urban underground buzzing. The ring is surrounded by ladders, tables, and a sea of fans ready for chaos. The POW World Heavyweight Championship hangs high above the ring, waiting for a new owner. The atmosphere is electric, anticipation thick in the air as the announcer's voice booms through the gritty warehouse venue. This is not just a match, it's a war zone, and only the toughest will survive. Crowd erupts as Backyard Jack makes his entrance, dressed as a hardcore Santa Claus. But instead of gifts, his sack is filled with weapons, kendo sticks, light tubes, and steel chairs. He struts down the aisle, tossing out a few presents to the fans, who cheer wildly. Jack's reputation for wild, anything-goes brawls precedes him, and tonight he looks more determined than ever. The gritty, urban edge of POW is on full display as Jack climbs into the ring, eyes locked on the championship above. The fans chant his name, ready for carnage. Suddenly, the lights flicker and the mini-monster Mickey Montgomery storms to the ring. He's smaller in stature but known for his ferocity and resilience. The crowd splits, some boo, some cheer as Mickey slides into the ring, staring down Backyard Jack. The tension is palpable. Both men circle each other, the championship glinting above them. The referee signals for the bell and the match is officially underway. The fans know they're about to witness something unforgettable. As soon as the bell rings, Backyard Jack wastes no time. He grabs a glass light tube from his sack and smashes it over Montgomery's head. The crowd gasps as blood pours from Mickey's forehead, painting the mat red. Jack grins, feeding off the chaos, and the fans chant POW in unison. This is hardcore wrestling at its most brutal, and both men are just getting started. The violence sets the tone for the rest of the match, with the audience on the edge of their seat. Jack sets up a table at ringside, but Mickey isn't down for long. He attacks Jack from behind, throwing him back into the ring. In a shocking turn, Mickey lifts Jack and delivers a devastating burning hammer right onto a pile of thumbtacks. Now it's Jack's turn to bleed, writhing in pain as the crowd roars. Thumbtacks glint on the mat and both men are already battered. The brutality escalates and the fans can't look away. This is what POW is all about: no limits, no mercy. Both men bloodied, Mickey sets up a ladder in the center of the ring and starts to climb. The POW championship sways above, just out of reach, but Jack, ever the fighter, drags himself up and chases Mickey. They meet at the very top, each balancing precariously with one foot on the ladder's pinnacle. The crowd holds its breath as fists fly, both men desperate to claim the title. The tension is unbearable, one wrong move could end it all. Suddenly, in a moment that will be replayed for years, Backyard Jack hooks Mickey for a superplex. With both men standing at the very top of the ladder, Jack launches them both off, crashing through the table at ringside. The impact is thunderous, splinters flying everywhere as both wrestlers lay motionless. The crowd explodes, making gun signs and chanting POW at the top of their lungs. It's pure mayhem, and the match has reached legendary status. So when it seems neither man can continue, the lights go out. The arena is plunged into darkness and the crowd murmurs in confusion. Suddenly, the lights snap back on. Standing in the ring are Alexa and her AI cyborg monster, the Bot. The mood shifts instantly as Jack and Mickey, battered but defiant, storm the ring to confront this new threat. Jack smashes a light tube over the Bot's head, but it doesn't even flinch. Mickey swings a chair, but the Bot shrugs it off. Crowd is stunned. This is a new kind of power. Bot grabs both Jack and Mickey by the throat and with terrifying ease lifts them high before slamming them down with a devastating double chokeslam. The crowd is in shock as Alexa directs the Bot to stack the two wrestlers, Monty on Jack's shoulders, and in a display of raw power, the Bot delivers a 2-in-1 powerbomb. The ring shakes from the impact. Alexa sets up a ladder and the Bot climbs it, grabbing the POW Heavyweight Championship. Alexa grabs the mic, declaring the title is now property of the Internet Matrix. As POW TV 3 goes off the air, the crowd is left in awe, knowing the landscape of POW has changed forever.